Hi, my name is Emily and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I am currently a second year medical student studying at the University of Birmingham and I vlog every day of my journey, so please stick around to see what I get up to this week. I have so many other videos coming out soon with tips on how to do uni and planning and time management and all sorts, so stick around if that interests you. Monday morning, I was really stressed, so I did a little brain dump, I did some lunch, I spent some time with my friend Farasha for her birthday. Her birthday was actually on Tuesday, but because we're on placement, we celebrated on Monday, which was really good fun. No comment. After having such a great time with my friends, we all caught up, we had a little bit of cake, it was really great. We had some in-person lectures, which we wanted to get started with. These were really long, but they did have this quiz that was on from the year ones who were in the lecture theatre before us, so I did it as a little bit revision and surprised myself with quite a good score, so I was very happy with that. We then got on with the two lectures, and one of my tutoring clients was actually scheduled for the same time as the lecture, but luckily for me, they didn't show up. So I got to do the lecture and get paid, so it was a very good session overall. We then headed home where I had casserole and mash and Yorkshires. It was amazing. Oh my god, I'm back from placement. I feel like I never actually talked to you about what I've done on placement, so today I'm going to do that. Today was quite a short day at placement, so I'm back at 2 p.m, but there wasn't much to do and he didn't have many patients for us to see because of the weather, so nobody really wanted to come in because it was quite rainy today. So we went on placement, we go through a PowerPoint which is about anemia today. We talk about some case-based discussions based on fake patients, where we'll talk about what tests we'd want to do, things like that. So applying our knowledge from anemia learning, which we did a lot last year and quite a bit this year in our IIH, our infection, immunology and haematology module. And we applied this to patients, which is very, very good and very useful to do. We then saw some patients for ourselves, which today was over the phone, and we took our own history from them and then we present that back to our GP and he gives us feedback, which he didn't have much for us today because we've really improved on our history presenting skills. Today was meant to be venipuncture like practice, but they don't have any models at the GP we're at, and because we're not all hepatitis B vaccinated, we cannot take blood from real patients yet, so we didn't get to practice that. So I'm going to email the university about time in the skills lab and why medical students don't have access to that but the nursing students do. And I know that the nursing students need it more priority, but once they're on placement after February-March time, they don't really use the skills lab, so it might be something the university can start putting in place for medical students, but we'll see. I'm going to ask my year group rep to bring it up and we'll see where that goes. So yeah. Placement isn't much, you sit on quite a few consultations which I can't really tell you about obviously, so it is pretty chill. So they put me a headboard in, which is good, but they left me the plastic and some screws. But whatever, and I'm going to quickly tidy up my room, because I need to. And this fell down while I was gone, so I'm going to put that back up. If I'm going to be productive in my room, my bed has to be made. So I've lent you in a fake plant whilst I quickly load up my tutoring while I talk to you. So I may have just had a breakthrough on my PIP, which is my personal interest project, which is a 3,000 word essay. The plan is due on Friday, and I was trying to find a way to link what I actually wanted to talk about and the research that I want to do to COVID-19, because I have to link my topic, which is based on sexual and reproductive health. I wanted to link that to COVID-19 because I have to, but I didn't want to talk about it in the way they want me to talk about it, and I just may have figured out a way to incorporate what I want to talk about with COVID-19, and I'm kind of I'm kind of excited, so I'm going to write this intro and get some research to see if there is research on what I want to talk about, but yeah, I'm about to start tutoring because it is my life now, but this year I am supporting myself almost completely on tutoring alone, which is very important for me because if I can support myself on tutoring, then I don't have to work as much on the weekends. If I do a couple of weekend shifts at my Jarrett Hall job or in my student accommodation role, that can help pay my rent, and then I won't have to do as much tutoring. But obviously as tutoring is like a commitment, so I'll commit to like 15 or 16 sessions with the same people. So like this person, we're doing our 6th session together today, so I've committed to 6 sessions with this person, so obviously I'm not going to stop tutoring as much as I tutor. Unfortunately, they didn't make it, so I ended up finishing off my PIP plan The next day I headed into the medical school where I settled into the second floor library and got on with catching up with my CVS module, which is my cardiovascular module. I actually managed to finish catching this up this week, so that was very, very happy for me. But mostly it's just going through lectures, making flashcards and getting on with the work. Now, if you've noticed something a little bit different, I have started taking 2 water bottles to medical school, which some people may think is excessive, but I think is required. So I have this one with a straw and 1 flask water bottle because I love to procrastinate by going and getting more water. So if I have 2 water bottles that are full, that is not something I could do. So it's a new tactic. I'm trying my best not to get distracted at medical school while I'm trying to study. Whilst I was in the library, I managed to finish out quite a bit of work before then heading into another tutoring session, which I tend to do in the medical school. I then headed back to my spot in the second floor library and got on with more work. I've started sitting in the same spot in the library, and then I leave my stuff and take my laptop and tutor in a room and come back. Nobody really tends to touch your stuff in the medical school because you will get reported, and if you get caught stealing, then you can be blocked from becoming a doctor, and that's quite a big deal. So I don't mind leaving my stuff in the main floor libraries, and I just tend to ask a couple of people sat around me, all my friends who are usually there, so Umahan sat with me right now, so I tend to ask them to just watch my stuff as I work through the content. As you can see, I am totally enthralled by this amazing cardiovascular content, and me and Umahan did start to just chat a little bit and catch up whilst I was finishing off a few lectures. But as you can see, I managed to catch up everything except that week's work, which was due next Thursday. Pizza! Flashcards and pizza. I'm walking to work. Yep. It's early. I finish work as I start a lecture, which is probably not the best. So I'm going to probably ask to leave 15 minutes early so I can make it to my lecture on time. But I am going to start 15 minutes early, so it's only fair. I did end up getting to leave work 15 minutes early, so I headed straight to the medical school, which I think is lovely on a morning. I do miss seeing it in the dark though. I had then headed into our interactive lectures, and these are really helpful in recapping the knowledge that we learned that day, before heading to the computer cluster to get on with some more studying, more lectures. There's just a never-ending amount of work. Like, guys, it just doesn't end at second year. It's very intense, and would you believe it, but even a full day of studying doesn't get everything that you meant to do in that day done. So next semester is going to be a brand new me because I'm not getting behind next semester, and you heard it here. If I get behind next semester, I owe you £100, whoever is listening to this right now. But then after we'd done a bunch of work, I headed to a group session, which was very good in helping answer some questions I had, which I then made some notes on afterwards. Had lunch, which is shock horror, another jacket potato with beans and cheese. I think this is the way to win me over right now. Into another in-person lecture for the day, and it was so much fun. We were just chilling, waiting for everyone to get on with lectures. It was really nice to spend some time with my friends before we all headed to the computer cluster and got on with loads of work together. As you can see, it was quite a group effort. We were all asking each other questions and helping each other out. But we tend to get a bit distracted when there's all of us just studying. But it was really good. We did get loads of work done, and it was just so good to just chill. I love chilling with my friends, as you can tell, and studying with them. Friday morning, I made it my best effort to finish off Hez. I did some more tutoring, which, as you can tell, is really hard with a mouse. Had some leftover pizza, reheated, and chilled with my friend Andeep and Afreen, and we just got on with loads of work together, which is really good, but sometimes it gets really hard to stay focused when you're having so much fun with your friends. But it's also really good to see a bunch of people around you studying, and it really motivates me. So today, my mission was to finish making the flashcards from Monday Hez. This is just me telling Farash that the camera was there, just so she knew, because you never know. But it's really good to see that my friends are getting so much more used to being on camera with me, and it's really nice to have fun with them. I managed to catch up on all my flashcards for the day, and it was really good fun, and everyone managed to get quite a bit of work done today, which is really good. We're like motivating each other and working together. I then carried on with some renal lectures and made flashcards for those, because on Friday we have all our renal content in person, so I really wanted to get on with this. Now, if this week seems really study heavy, this is just because I actually remembered to film myself more this week, which is why this vlog is so long, because I actually filmed. So if there's anything you want me to include more in the vlogs, or anything you want to include less, or if there's anything you want to see a bit different, comment it down below. I want to know what you want to know about my week. I also have some interesting videos ideas, like following some YouTubers' morning routines for a week and trialing those out, so let me know if you're interested in seeing that as well. I got a lot of my work done today, and renal is one of the hardest ones to catch up on because it's so physiology based. But I am working really hard. Renal is a tough module. We then had our more in-person lectures. It's like a 5 till 6 p.m. lecture. It was one of the hardest, but I headed home and had breakfast, dinner, which is always nice. Morning, it is Saturday. I'm just loading up my new episode of The Kardashians while I do some flashcards, because I might as well. It'll make me feel better about the fact that I'm doing a really hard degree because I'm working hard. I just claw grip my hair back into like this ponytail, kind of, because my claw grip's not quite big enough to hold on my hair. So it's really awkward to try and get it all up like this, but it seems to be okay for now. It's out of the way, that's all that matters. And I'm just chilling. I recently got this app called Countdown, and I put on a couple of things. So Berlin is something I'm looking forward to, and is right after term finishes this semester, and then 49 days till exams. So that is kind of scary. So I'm going to quickly load up my spreadsheet, and I'm going to get on with some flashcard writing, because it's something I need to get done. So I managed to finish loads of flashcards that I had due that day, which is really helpful. Just needed to get them written, and it is just time consuming, but honestly, if you are watching this and you're thinking, oh my god, she's talking about revision while she's making pancakes, yes, pancakes were amazing, wanted to include this. But something very important, which I did watch on an Everyday Anna vlog recently, and she's a medical student at the University of Birmingham as well, but she's a year ahead of me. Having your resources for revision made during term time, so before revision starts, is so helpful, because you won't have to do them while you're trying to revise, which is what I ended up doing last year. A lot of it was writing my flashcards as I went. Now my flashcards have been made on time. I then got dressed into this nice green jacket with my blue jeans, because I was heading to a concert in Leeds today. So I had to go home for this concert we booked ages ago. It's called Evanescence and Within Temptation, and it was amazing. I loved it. So I got 3 trains back, because stupid me managed to accidentally book 3 trains. But I managed to get a few lectures done on the train and some flashcards written, which was really good for me to catch up. But I just needed to go for this concert. I've been waiting so long for it, and I finally managed to get the weekend off work so I could go. So me and my mum went to McDonald's, had breakfast, walked through the city centre of Leeds to First Direct Arena, and settled in for what was to be an amazing concert. Now, I can't include the music because the music is copyright, and it reported this video, and I had to re-edit it and change this voiceover. So here is the concert. We watched Viridia, who was the supporting act, and that was amazing. It was nice to hear somebody a little bit different before we watched Evanescence Within Temptation. So I hope you enjoy the interesting background music that I'm going to put on. So skip ahead if you want to go straight to whatever I did after this concert. Evanescence and Within Temptation is by far one of the best concerts I've ever been to, and I really, really enjoyed the night. I went with my mum and her friends, for Karen and Paul, who are like my aunt and uncle but not really, and their niece Beth, which was so much fun. We had a great time, a great night, and free ice cream because Leeds First Director Arena has like a free thing if you bank with them, and it's great. So I got 3 pots of free ice cream and some water. And it was so nice to just have that, because honestly, stuff at concerts can be so expensive. But Within Temptation was so theatrical with their performance. Like, they had flying, they had lights going everywhere, and it was just so good. Look at these flames. Like, I think when the flames first came on, me, my mum and Karen all looked at each other like, look, there's fire. We were so impressed. We had such a great time, and I would highly recommend going on a concert tour if you're feeling a little bit down about medical school. My mum then had to drive me home because I'd work at 7 a.m. the next day, and she was so nice to offer because all the trains were too late. So we headed back to Birmingham together. I think we got back at 1:20, 1:30-ish. We got in and settled into bed because we were exhausted after that day. So I'm back from work. I'm gonna go make some food because I'm really hungry, and I'm gonna start my washing. So mind the hair, I'm gonna wash it. But I've made the executive decision to get in the bath because I got a house with a bath and I'm very excited about it because I love getting in the bath. The boys aren't in this weekend because they're away, so it's just me in the house. So I'm gonna run a bath and use my bath bomb. Proper clean in the bathroom so it's nice and clean. And I put some water in the bath to see if it drains out, and it doesn't. So I think this is gonna work. So I'm gonna start running into the bath. I've got my black rose bath bomb, which I bought when I moved in. Because I wanted a bath and I never got a chance over summer. And then I got my whole selection of stuff so I can use whatever I want when I get in the bath. So I'm going to pull in, I'm going to move this to here, and I'm going to put my laptop on it. I had an amazing bath, and this is one of my favourite bath bombs ever. And it was really nice to just chill out, relax, take some time for myself, and I watched Avengers Infinity War because why not? It was a great day. I just had a great bath. It was very chill. Spent about an hour and a bit in there. It was very nice, and now I'm all showered and I'm gonna quickly get on with some work. I just watched film whilst I was in the bath. I figured no point in spending time doing work when you're meant to be relaxing. So yeah, I'm gonna study. I finished off the day by finishing off immunology for the week. I had gone to these lectures in person, but they had been so different to the slides that I just had to do them again. So I did get on with this. I flicked through, just looking at how much work I had left to do, and I knew, and I just know, you're gonna say think about it, but I knew I was gonna get this done. I then had work 2 till 10, and I ate pizza. Okay, so I'm in bed. It is the end of the week. It's been a very long vlog, and if you stuck around this far, I'm very impressed. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Starting next week, the aim is to, at the end of every vlog, do a little tidbit about what I've learned during the week. But you're gonna hold me accountable because I will forget. But yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. It is 21:47 because I got to leave work early because the night team arrived and replaced me. But yeah, it's been a very long day. I'm very tired. And I will see you in next week's vlog. So if you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye!